I take great pleasure in welcoming into the fire one of the biggest young talents in the country, the exceptionally talented son of Brisbane great and super nice guy from the Sandringham Dragons, Will Ashcroft. Nice to meet you, Will.
Nice to meet you too, mate. Thanks for having me.
Awesome to have you, mate. Now, Will, there is no one in footy that was destined for the big league more than you. You had zero chance of getting away from footy, didn't you? Growing up around it. But it wasn't the Lions, it was the Suns you would have spent time around. What was it like spending so much time around an AFL club?
Yeah, it was pretty lucky I was. Obviously Dad was GM of footy there at the Suns for a fair time. So yeah, it was good just to from a young age see what it was like to be an AFL player and hopefully aspire to be like that one day, which I did. So yeah, it was pretty cool seeing some of your favourite players back then with the Suns, sort of what they did and how they interacted with each other every day. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and I was grateful that I got to spend a lot of years around the Suns and form some good experiences and relationships.
Yeah, sounds like it would have been a good experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure
Now,
was, yeah.
yeah. Now, you were born just after Dad played his last game. 3 premierships and 318 games. Not bad. Have you sat down and watched the grand finals with him? Does he like to take you through his great moments?
I have watched the grand finals, not with him. He's not one to sort of boast or anything about that sort of stuff. But yeah, he's pretty proud of what they achieved, and yeah, the Lions were a pretty unbelievable team back then. But yeah, I've sat down and watched them, and probably a couple times to be honest, just to relive them a little bit. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed that I was sort of born a little bit too late to sort of witness it.
Yeah. Would have been
Um,
good to have some free grand final tickets, eh?
no, yeah, it's still good to get to the grannies these days and watch the games. They're always
Yeah.
spectacle of the year sort of thing. So yeah, but nah, he was unbelievable, and I'll be happy to be half as good as my dad was. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Now, turning the attention back to you, having a dad that has achieved so much in footy, does that put any pressure on you with the added media attention? Because I'm here to say, don't worry, buddy, because you're elite in your own right, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, a little bit. I think it's obviously yeah, it was as we sort of spoke about. He was pretty good and did a lot of good things in his career, but I just try to sort of focus on what I can control and my own sort of path that I'm on. So little bits, obviously a little bit lingering in the background, that sort of added pressure, but yeah, I try not to think too far into it and just play my game and just look forward to the season ahead.
Yeah, it must be hard though with media these days.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's all part of it. It's part of the process. They're always going to be there. So, yeah, you just got to sort of deal with that sort of stuff and take it in your stride and continue on your journey.
Yeah. You played as the bottom ager in the under 15 schoolboys for Queensland, and you were their best player, making All Australian that year. This must have been a really proud moment. Was it here that you thought, I could really do something here?
Yeah, I think that was probably a little bit of a turning point. I sort of always had confidence in myself from a young age to hopefully play in the AFL one day, but getting that recognition, yeah, as you said, as a bottom manager and yeah, All Australian and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. Definitely, that was probably my first sort of big footy moment as an individual. But yeah, I think from there I sort of just grew on confidence and tried to take my game to the next level off the back of that, and yeah, sort of ended up here and hopeful for the future.
Yeah. When Dad moved down to Victoria and ended up working with the AFL, you played for Victoria at 2 championships at underage level, showcasing yourself as one of the best guys in Australia. Do you think this was a great move for you, going down and testing yourself against and with the best players in Australia?
Yeah, definitely. I think moving to Victoria was probably one of the better moves our family's made for sure. I think yeah, obviously Victoria's probably the heartland of footy, and it's pretty awesome playing for Brighton Grammar and the last couple of years, and Victoria as well, which yeah, it's been pretty cool and good for my development, which is always good. So yeah, that was definitely yeah, something that we look back on as a family and think that was definitely the right move, and really grateful to be in Victoria now.
Yeah, definitely. Get to go to the MCG a few times.
Yeah, we try and get there as much as possible. It's
Yeah.
it's the best ground in Australia, so yeah, we love the MCG.
It's good the crowds are back, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty. I went to Geelong Essendon yesterday, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
pretty packed. And yeah, it's good to see everyone out in full force again, supporting their team. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is. You got an opportunity last year to play for the Big V, ending up beating your country foes by 34 points. But for you personally, on the biggest stage, you had an outstanding game in collecting 33 disposals, a whopping 12 clearances, and kicking two superb goals in a stunning best on ground performance. Could you have asked for a better day, mate?
Oh yeah, I was obviously pretty happy with how it went for the team, especially. But yeah, I think individually I played alright, I guess. But I think there's always ways you can get better. And reflecting off that game, I think I was sort of like obviously I did some things well, got a lot of the ball and stuff like that. But there's always ways you can get better. So I thought some defensive principles I could probably apply a bit better, and sort of took that away from the game just as much as the disposals and the goals and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I was pretty satisfied, but
Yeah.
never fully satisfied, and trying to improve is something I was trying to look forward to.
Yeah, it was an amazing game.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So you must be confident this year with your Vic team. How do you think you'll go? And with a midfield like you have, look out to other states, I say.
Yeah, we've got a lot of talented players in Vic Metro, especially. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing with a lot of those guys that I've been playing with for a while now,
Yeah.
and they've sort of continued on as well. So yeah, a lot of good players and a lot of good teammates that yeah, you sort of cherish as people, as friends and as good teammates who help you win games. So yeah, they're good, a lot of good people around, and looking forward to playing with them, with and against them this year in the NAB League as well.
Yeah, it's very exciting. You also, of course, were announced in the NAB Academy. That's awesome, mate. You must be appreciative of the opportunities that gives. What are you looking forward to most?
Yeah, I think yeah, the NAB Academy is a pretty good stepping stone for young players trying to get drafted and trying to get picked up in the AFL. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to probably meeting a lot of the other players from other states as well. You're probably gonna I'll be playing against them this year for Vic Metro, and it'll be pretty cool to actually play with them as well
Yeah.
in the AFL Academy. So that'll be cool, just meeting some new people and sort of learning off them a little bit and passing on some things, and forming new friendships with those type of guys, and having good opportunity to play with them as well because they're all the best players in the country. So yeah, it'll be really exciting times for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you also have more of a chance to play for Sandringham this year. What players should I look out for there? Because you guys look chock full of talent.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good players coming through Sandy, which is a good thing. I think well, you had him on the other day. Harry Sheesley's he's a gun. He'll be huge for us this year if we want to make a run, try to win the premiership. I think some other guys, some bottom ages. We've got some good bottom ages. Will Brown, Riley Sanders. They're good up and comers to look out for next year as well.
Yeah.
Maybe some lockdown, some defend. Maybe James Crichton, who's hopefully can burst onto the scene this year a little bit, playing off half back. And yeah, we've got a lot of good guys. I've probably only named a few. A lot of people who will continue to improve this year, and hopefully put their name forward to get picked up this year or next year.
Yeah, it's a really exciting team this year, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, let's tell people what you bring to the game. Might be time if you need a toilet break or a coffee. It's a long list. You're a leader, was a captain for the Vic team in 2019. You're so smart and professional, a skillful and powerful midfielder. You're so quick and weave through traffic so easily. You'd cross the M2 freeway without a problem. Classy, tough, and flashy. You're great in the in and under, brilliant on the outside. You have great hands and kick a really nice goal. Add to that, you're a terrific guy and a good-looking rooster. It's almost unfair, mate. Now it's now I usually say everyone has something to improve on. Please tell me, mate, because I'm struggling to find it.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, good man, good man. Um, I think, well, I sort of touched on it before. Some things I've sort of tried to work on a little bit with some of that defensive stuff. So trying to help out the defenders a little bit, getting back and supporting them, trying to sort of come forward to defend a little bit and not pull back, and let them sort of run it through you a little bit. So yeah, some of those things I've sort of added or tried to add and implement off the pre-season, and yeah, looking forward to trying to implement them in game as well.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to the inevitable question, mate. You have the opportunity to take as a father-son. Should Brisbane be stockpiling their picks for you, mate? Because everyone will want you.
I try not to look too far into that. I'll sort of go on behind the scenes a little bit, and I'll just sort of let that play out a little bit, and just trying to focus on my footy, especially now. We haven't played any games
Yeah.
this year yet, so I'll sort of just sort of knuckle down a bit and try and play my best footy and play well with all the teams I play with this year. And yeah, that decision will come at the end of the year, and it'll probably gain a little bit of attention. But yeah, just try not to look too far into it, and focus on my footy for now, and see what happens throughout the year. We'll push that towards the back of the year and not worry about it now.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some simple footy questions, mate. You go to testing at the combine. What are you stoked to do, and what do you dread?
Good question. We had some testing the other day actually for the NAB league. So I think obviously the aerobic runs are the tough ones, but I wouldn't say I dread them. I think they're still a good opportunity to sort of showcase your aerobic running, but that's probably the hardest. So yeah, that'd definitely be towards the bottom of the favourites list. But I think probably my favourite's the 20-metre sprint. That's pretty just to try and showcase that speed. But yeah, it's probably the two that sort of differ on the spectrum.
Yeah. Is there a particular player you're impressed by from another team?
Yeah, a lot of good players. I think yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm looking forward to playing with a lot of them in Vic Metro and against them. But I think a couple that stand out are some like Oakley have a lot of good players. George Wardlaw, Elijah, Blake Jury. They've got a lot of good ones over there, and I think looking forward to round one. It's going to be a good battle, and yeah, just got a lot of respect for those guys who, yeah, I'll just look forward to playing against them in round one, and then throughout the year playing with them for Vic Metro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching all the games. So many exciting players this year, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of good players, and yeah, really looking forward to seeing how they go as well.
Yeah. Who are your Vic best buddies?
Metro, are you talking about, or
Yeah,
just in general?
Metro.
Big Metro. Probably those guys I just sort of named. That midfield unit are pretty tight knit. So yeah, George, Elijah, Blake, yeah, those type of guys. Shees as well, who's a good mate of mine as well. But yeah, they're probably the main ones.
Yeah. If you had to pick an AFL player to chat to about developing your game, who would you choose?
Yeah, good question. I think Sam Walsh, I try to model my game on a little bit, just sort of his inside and outside talents. So yeah, I'll probably talk to him about that sort of stuff, just sort of improving on and trying to add to your game in as many ways as possible. So yeah, he's someone who sort of showcased it last year, and he'll continue to build and get better. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's someone that
it'd be so cool to talk to him, wouldn't it?
yeah, he's an unbelievable guy, and obviously an unbelievable player. So yeah, it'd be good to pick his brain a little bit, for sure.
Yeah. Do you barrack for anyone in the AFL?
Yeah, yeah, a good question again. I think this would probably be interesting for you and a few others, but I actually bagged for Geelong. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, when I was a bit younger, yeah, obviously I was born after Dad finished playing at the Lions, and one of Dad's mates started coaching at Geelong, so I sort of just jumped on that bandwagon and been going for them ever since. So yeah.
You happy how they played the other day?
Yeah, really good. I think it's probably the best I've seen Geelong play in a long time. Just their pressure, on the
Yeah.
inside, and their ball use, and their forwards are pretty unbelievable, to be honest. It was a pretty good performance.
Yeah, it was a good game. Okay, let's ask some non-footy questions, mate. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Yeah, I love my brother and I love playing golf. So yeah, we play a lot of golf. Levi's a member at Huntingdale, so we try and go out there once or twice a week and get a game in. But also I got a lot of got uni on my plate a little bit, so yeah, that takes a bit of time. And I don't mind going to the beach and having a swim and going to the pool and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I sort of try and do outside of footy.
Yeah. If you had to cook a meal, what would you impress someone with?
I'd probably say seafood pasta. It's my favourite. I think
Oh,
that's a good meal. I think cooked that a couple times, and that's probably my go-to. I'm not the greatest cook yet. I'm trying to improve, but I'll probably just do that. Just keep it pretty basic and get it done. Yeah.
yeah, awesome. You get to go and play in any other sport. What would you do best in?
When I was a bit younger, I play a lot of sport. So I swam and did athletics, played rugby. But yeah, probably my favourite and what I'd hopefully do better, pretty good in is rugby. I reckon rugby union. I was always interested and fascinated about that, and played it ever since I could hold a ball. So that was probably that's probably where I'd go. Probably rugby.
Yeah, pretty sporty kid, aren't you?
Yeah, try to do as much as you can when you're younger, and then sort of branch back towards footy. But yeah, loved all sports when I was young.
Yeah. What is your go-to video game?
It sort of varies a little bit. I think just ebbs and flows with the trends, but probably now probably 2K. I think
Oh, yeah.
uh, yeah, 2K is probably pretty it's good all the time. I think you can always play it and it'll be pretty good. But I know Fortnite was pretty big back in the day a little bit, and I played that a fair bit with my mates, but that's sort of dropped off. So probably 2K now.
Yeah. Well, Will, you do everything, mate, but you miss only one ingredient in being the best player you can be. You see, that ability to kick a booming goal will have all fans on their feet in anticipation of your goal kicking ability. But, mate, they need more. They need to be able to celebrate with you, feel part of it. So you need a celebration that fits the man who will tear up the AFL in no time. Don't panic, mate. Don't overthink it. Just use mine. The best in the business, the into the fire.
Nah, you'll have to teach me a couple of celebrations. I might have to pull them out this year. So let me know.
Awesome. Sounds good, mate. Well, Will, it's been incredible to get to know you a bit better today. I can't wait to see your journey this year and beyond. You're a seriously nice guy, and I can't thank you enough for jumping on today.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Thanks, Liam. Thanks for having me on, and
Thanks.
keen to chat throughout the year again for sure.
Awesome. It's good to chat, mate.
Thanks.